Alright, Monster Jam fans, welcome to the first ever Monster Jam Jackinator World Finals. This is the pit party before the events take place this afternoon and tonight. We got to talk with all 24 of your drivers tonight. We got to see what everybody had to say about tonight's event for the most part. And yeah, we're going to get into all the different trucks, all their drivers, and what the drivers are feeling like today. Coming up next, it is your sign-up series BMNG returning champion Dylan the Autobot and Gravedigger. He had no notes on tonight's event, and he's keeping his strategy secret. Up next, behind the wheel is yet another Gravedigger. This is Monster Jam Fan 1212. Just like Dylan the Autobot, he has no comments on tonight's event, and he is gearing up to get racing tonight. Up next, behind the wheel of the third and final Gravedigger, this is going to be Not Just Gabe. He does not have a comment on tonight's event, but he is in one of the fastest and most popular names in the sport, so we know he's feeling good about tonight's event. Up next, Monster Jam Jackinator Hall of Famer Monster Jam Collector 2007 is behind the wheel of Son of a Digger. Here's what he had to say about tonight's event. I know Son of a Digger is a very fast truck, so I'm not scared of the other competition. So unless they beat me, but then, oh well, at the end of the day, it's only a race. He's optimistic about tonight's event, and he is definitely looking forward to this race. Let's hear it from Monster Jam Collector 2007. Up next, we have another member of the Monster Jam Jackinator Hall of Fame. This is Velocity Raptor 32 piloting his all-time favorite monster truck, Max D. We got to ask him how he was feeling tonight, and here's what he had to say. Having the Max D name behind me only makes me more confident, in all honesty. I do believe I will put on the best show I can and walk away with a world championship. I've won once. How hard can it be to win this? Also sounding pretty confident on tonight's event, Velocity Raptor 32 will not only be participating in racing, but also the subscriber-only high jump event. So he has two shots here at a World Championship, so let's hear it for Velocity Raptor 32. Coming up next, piloting the El Toro Loco, this is the Skulljack. He said that being able to pilot this truck is definitely interesting, and he said that he thinks it's going to help him get some fame. Being behind one of the most famous monster trucks, it makes sense that your name would get out there. He says that he's sure that he will be able to get some good racing in tonight. So let's hear it for Skulljack and the El Toro Loco. Coming up next, it's another Monster Jam Jackinator Hall of Famer, Cool Monster Jam 93 and the El Toro Loco, and here's what he had to say. I'm feeling pretty confident, but I know there are many other great drivers out there, so I'm going to take it one race at a time. I'm confident and I feel like I can beat any drivers that get in my way. It is an honor to be in the Monster Jam Jackinator Hall of Fame, so I will be trying my best, and I think that I can defend my title. Keep in mind that he is also your defending major event champion, as he was the winner of Sign-Up Series 10. That being said, Cool Monster Jam 93 has some major titles to defend tonight, but I'm sure he'll put on a great show. Let's hear it for Cool Monster Jam 93. Coming up next, making his Sign-Up Series debut here at the World Finals, this is Dolphin Master in the Bakugan Dragonoid. He said, I am feeling good, and my confidence level, well, it is actually 70% chance of winning. When asked about his confidence in his debut event, he said he really thinks he will be able to beat veteran drivers. It might be hard to go up against them, but he's going to try and show them what he can do. That being said, this is his debut event, but it is also the biggest event that we have done. So I know that there's going to be a lot of stress and a lot of pressure here for Dolphin Master, but I think he will have what it takes to beat all of these veteran drivers, even some who competed all the way back to Sign-Up Series 1. Coming up next, representing the Monster Jam Jackinator channel, driving my favorite truck, this is Super Mario Bros. Plush Pals, and here's what they had to say. Feeling kind of confident, just looking forward on going on out and trying to show that we have what it takes. We'll just try to march our way through the bracket and shoot for the finals. This is a note on Driving Dragon, and inside it definitely adds some pressure, but they are willing to take the challenge. So Super Mario Bros. Plush Pals here in the Dragon, I kind of butchered that, don't worry about it. He's representing the channel here behind the wheel of my favorite truck. He says it adds some pressure, but confidence is going to be the most important thing so that he can get the win. Coming up next, this is returning driver but not returning champion behind the wheel of Zombie. It is Fernando Lomas. He has no comments on tonight's event and driving Zombie. Coming up next, piloting Monster Mutt, this is returning champion Monster Jam Rolando. He also has no comment on tonight's event, but I am sure that he is going to be a fast racer with a win already under his belt. Coming up next, this is your sign-up series number 4 champion, Nathan Webb in the Lucas Oil Stabilizer. We asked him a lot about whether he will live up to his title as champion, whether he will get the win, whether he thinks he has what it takes, and all he told us was, I guarantee it. He is confident, he is straightforward, and he is ready. He is clearly able to put on that game face and get racing tonight. He will also be competing in both the high jump and the racing competitions, so he's going to be one to watch out for. Coming up next behind the wheels, the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. This is going to be the Camera 9785. Not the most well-known name here on the Monster Jam Jackinator circuit, but he said, I'm pretty confident on this particular level with such a stacked lineup. I've been a veteran on 5155 creations for almost 10 years and achieved 2 wins under my belt. I would love to get a win against everybody on the MJ Jackinator channel. If there's anyone bet against me, they'd have a target on my back. Representing Mohawk Nation for Bryce Kenny, hey, he's going to have a big smile on his face if I can capture my first victory and make a huge impact for the Great Clips team. Right now, he is not the most well-known name on the circuit, but driving one of the most popular trucks with a confident attitude is a great way to get some good attention and maybe even pick up a win. So let's hear it here for the Camera 9785. Coming up next behind the wheel of Blue Thunder is your defending sign-up series number 15 champion, Aiden's Custom Trucks. Now, keep in mind, he won the last event, and here's what he had to say. Competing in only one event here before on Monster Jam Jackinator so far, and winning the event gives me the confidence I need to get to the top of the podium with this thing. Battling all of these competitors is definitely going to be a stressful thing. I'm going to admit, I just gotta keep it together out on the field and keep up with everyone and learn their moves to win this thing. I feel quite honored to compete in the High Jump Challenge, which is the subscriber exclusive event. I have a feeling I could win it, only 7 others to worry about. Just need to remember to never land on power. So, Aiden's Custom Trucks here pretty confident after winning in his debut event just a few weeks ago. Now he's here at the biggest event of the year. I'm sure he's looking forward to it. So let's hear it for Aiden's Custom Trucks in the Blue Thunder. Coming up next behind the wheel of the Bad Company, this is Monster Jam Jackinator veteran Andy Leszewski. He also has no comment on tonight's event, but he has always proven to be a fast and talented driver here in the Diecast circuit, so I'm sure he'll be able to put on a good race tonight in the Monster Jam Jackinator Sign-Up Series World Finals. Coming up next, Sign-Up Series past champion and Monster Jam Jackinator Hall of Famer. This is Shock Shooter in the Shaker. He had no comment on tonight's event, but he is a past champion, so we know he's fast. Coming up next, a legend here on the Monster Jam Jackinator channel. This is Monster Jam Extreme in the Axe. He has no comment on tonight's event, however, he is one of the biggest names on the channel, and he's fast, so he's going to put on a great race tonight. Coming up next, yet another veteran driver behind the wheel of Avenger. This is George 2010. He said, I have a mindset that if I can just get to it and work hard enough, I can probably beat the veterans and debuting drivers and champions, and maybe actually get a win for once. I feel like this is a great opportunity to hopefully prove the best I actually can be in both the high jump and the racing competition, and yes, I believe I can get the win. It will probably be hard, but you can never say never. I believe that my teammates, Megalodon and Axe, should just try their best, and if they get the win, it will be great, but if they don't, there is always another chance in the future. Yes, Team Screen Captain here also has Megalodon and Axe on his team. Right now, it's looking like they're all pretty confident, so that's some good news. And speaking of Team Scream, it's time for the third member behind the wheel of Megalodon. This is a very familiar face here on Monster Jam Jackinator, Spin Master Monster Jam. He said, "I cannot predict the future of my championships, but it is my first ever Sign Up Series World Finals here, and I have faith in me that I'm here to put on a show. No matter how many times I've tried in the past, I think I can do it now. I don't know what truck I got put in, obviously Megalodon, but I will assume it will be a fast truck. Sometimes the fast trucks can lose in the semis or the finals, but I hope I'm not the driver who loses in the quarters or the semis." Well, it sounds like he has some plans to make it pretty far into the field today. He doesn't even want to lose in the semifinals. He wants to make it all the way to the final round. He wants to be on the podium tonight, so it's going to be a lot of tough racing here for Spin Master Monster Jam, but let's see if he has what it takes tonight. Coming up in the Earthshaker, this is longtime racer here on Monster Jam Jackinator, but still yet to grab a win. It is Curry Gaming behind the wheel of Earthshaker. He did not have a comment on tonight's event. However, this will be Earthshaker's first time hitting the track, so you know that that truck is in tip-top condition. And maybe that will work to a speed advantage and help Earthshaker get farther down in the bracket. Coming up next, from the dog pound behind the wheel of Scooby-Doo, this is Monster Jam Mutt. Yes, I know it's very confusing. Monster Jam Mutt is driving Scooby-Doo and not Monster Mutt, but hey, they're still out of that same doghouse. So let's hear it for Monster Jam Mutt behind the wheel of Scooby-Doo, looking to take home a win tonight. Coming up next, piloting this Soldier Fortune monster truck, this is Shadow vs. Ghost. Now let's see what he had to say on tonight's event. "I'm feeling good. I just got back from working on my truck. I got drop kicked in the head by a kangaroo, but I'm going to be fine. This is certainly one of the more interesting stories of preparing for the event tonight. I guess he was doing some work on his truck and the kangaroo showed up and decided it was not the day for that." He said, "It's a tough sign-up series. I've been to the fair share of them in my time. It's all a roll of the dice. You put the quarter in the machine and then you pull the lever and you just see what you get." He will also be representing the military tonight behind the wheel of Soldier Fortune. It sounds like he is very proud to be having that role. He says that they are the reason why we're standing here today. They fight for our country, and I'm proud to be representing our U.S. Armed Forces. Without them, we would not be standing here today. God bless the U.S. troops. So, Shadow vs. Ghost is clearly ready for tonight's event. He's feeling confident, and he's proud to be behind the wheel of Soldier Fortune, which I'm sure will only motivate him more. Coming up next, it is returning Sign Up Series Major Event Champion, winner of Sign Up Series 8. This is Monster Jam Collector Racing in the Kraken. He also had no comment on tonight's event, but he has been super fast his entire career here on Monster Jam Jackinator, so I know he's ready to get racing tonight. And finally, the last driver in the list making his Sign Up Series debut in none other than a major event. This is Fired in the Whiplash. I'm feeling great and I have a lot of confidence that I can win, 67%. This might be my first shot, but I'm going to try to prove that I got what it takes. Since there are so many veterans here, we'll just have to wait and see if I can do it. It makes me feel good and gives me hope. And I really hope it does because I want extra luck. I don't want to have a bad debut. Well, he sounds confident, but he also sounds like he wants to be a little bit conservative. He's confident in his ability to win, but he also does not want to have a bad debut. He doesn't want to drive it too hard or too slow. He's going to have to find that sweet spot that gets him to run the fastest, and I'm sure that he'll be looking at a trophy by the end of the night.